Wow, Charles. A lot of technical issues here starting out. Oh, and by the way, you're back.
I was going to say, how did you get to Oslo?
Yeah.
Looks a lot like New York, but
Exactly. So, anyway, we're back on a walk here. Man, I hope this holds up. There's a problem that we've just discovered with a piece of equipment that's never been a problem before. But right before we started the show, word came down that they have canceled the grand jury today and that nothing's going to happen.
it's Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Right. But the thing is, what if they just said that so that everybody would leave to protect the grand jury and allow them to deliberate without a million maniacs around, and they're actually going to do whatever they're going to do?
Well, we're going to go see any second. Are we going the right way?
Yes.
We are.
And that's exactly why I wanted to come over here again today, because I don't trust what they tell us. I think they leak things and do all kinds of deceptive things and stuff like that. Now, I had us set to do 15 minutes here on YouTube and then transition over to the First Amendment Forum, where sponsors of Crowdsource the Truth can enjoy what we're going to say. But unfortunately, we had about a 10-minute late start, so it only gives us a very short period of time to be going here.
All right.
What do you think?
We'll just take a short period of time and jump into it in the First Amendment Forum, because we want to be able to talk, especially now that I'm back in America,
Exactly.
where my First Amendment rights, in theory, are still protected.
Okay, so we're live, and you know, Charles, the movie, I don't know if you remember that movie with Sting screaming in his underwear about Dune, and then now they've made a TV show out of it that seems to be maybe even more popular than that 80s movie. But yeah, this is screwed up. Mostly it's just the cable. Damn it. Can people hear me? There we go. So,
Well, yeah, there are a lot of TV trucks here. Look at this.
yeah.
So maybe it was a bum's
Well,
rush.
they were here waiting to see if they would.
But wouldn't you leave them? I mean, these things are expensive and can be used elsewhere.
I think they're probably thinking what I'm thinking. Maybe they don't believe it.
Yeah. There seem to be a bunch of people set up over there.
Well, be on the lookout for our mutual stupid friend, Mr. Levi. I saw him here with his moron crew yesterday. And you know what? His brother was with him, and he's like, yeah, we're Mossad. I was like, well, I didn't bring that up, but it's interesting that you did. There's been a lot of reports about the NYPD training in Israel. I hadn't even thought about those guys being Israeli until he said that.
I think they're just as stupid.
I agree. Definitely
Let's go
that.
through the park and see what's up there.
Yeah. Well, this is the park that's connected to...
The ham bones connect, whatever it is, the such bones connected to the knee bone.
Something like that. So how was your trip, Charles?
It was frigid, and I first went to Iceland, and I got to say that country's well named. It is freaking cold there, but I enjoyed the trip. I'll go back, I think, in the summer, some year, and then I was back in Norway rather, where I had a good time and spent time with the great folks at Document. I really encourage our viewers to watch the Document shows. They have some very experienced journalists, and they also have a unique perspective on things and a unique language in an English accent. So it was a great joy to be over there and learn more about specifically what they're doing. And now I've earned, with two trips, one with you, one just alone, I've earned the right, I think, to go there in the summer, which I intend to do.
So just putting our attention back on this little plaza here, I'm surprised by the number of people who are still here, given the news that the grand jury was canceled. I guess they're just sort of doing stand-up shots saying it's canceled. Hey, is that... Yeah.
Who is that?
I forgot his name. Kareem something? I don't think he likes me, so we'll leave him alone.
All right.
But
that is the criminal court building there, and as you say, rightly point out, there are a lot of correspondents.
it's weird, given that the thing is canceled.
It just
How
didn't
come you guys are hanging out if the grand jury is canceled? figured you're here already. And you think there's any possibility that they're lying and it's not actually canceled?
Tomorrow they might do something. They might vote. The jury might vote tomorrow.
Charles, I think what's happening is we have a lot of news correspondents, maybe from foreign countries,
he's definitely
who
from
figure
the Middle
got
East
nothing
somewhere.
else to do, so you might as well stick around here.
Look at these. Look at it. Well, I mean, it would be quite an historic event if they were as foolish as they appear to be.
I don't think
There's
they're
a lot
going
of
to indict
cameras.
him. I don't think they're going to indict him at all. I think
Right.
that all of this attention has caused Alvin Bragg to realize that he is way out over the skis.
Careful. No one is above the law.
I mean,
Really? Does that include Joe Biden and
Well,
Hunter
that's what
Biden
I'm saying.
and Jim Biden
This is a statement.
and Jill
like,
Biden?
We should write next to this,
Except the-
vaccines are safe and effective. Because, I mean, that is true to some extent.
Vaccines
Depends.
are.
I mean, it depends on which ones you're talking about. I think
Well, ones that are actually vaccines.
we got to be careful
I'm
here.
just
We're gonna
saying.
be
We're vaccines.
talking more about this stuff on subscribestar.com/crowdsourcethetruth, patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth, odyssey.com@crowdsourcethetruth, and Substack is crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com. So I think that's it, is that this is just people who happen to be here and they get paid by the hour, so they might as well wait.
Well, they probably, you know the industry and I don't, but they probably booked a hit for a certain amount of time at the courthouse and they paid for it.
I
And
don't think it works like that so much as they have these spots and they probably, I don't know, I don't think they would leave this stuff here overnight. I think they got to come back in the morning and reset it all.
well, why don't we walk either up and back
Sure.
down or down and back up? Or
Whichever way you want to go.
well, let's go down this way and see how far
Sure.
this mayhem goes.
I think it's pretty much just this
Well,
sidewalk.
I see an Eyewitness News over there. I don't see Fox anywhere.
Well, probably
Okay, we'll
some
walk
of
over
these
you now.
people are going to be giving their material to Fox. Like this is the press pool,
NBC,
right?
I think.
Yeah, these are all.
It'd be interesting to see Johnny, you know, the guy who works for Jesse Waters. He's funny, that guy, Johnny. You know, who goes and asks people all these questions and
The other thing these people are doing, Charles, is
can't
if
get-
you're assigned down here to the courthouse, the news has become there's nothing happening. So they're going to.
this just in. We
Yeah.
get Rachel Madcow down here. Donald Trump filed a tax return. We have it.
Right.
Rachel, this is from 2005. We're talking 2017.
She's like, oh, he made a lot of money.
And paid a lot of taxes.
Right.
But exclusive. Stay so we can sell some more commercials. I mean, idiot.
Okay.
This is, here's this one. OAN.
Nice.
We like OAN.
Well, yeah. I just don't think anything is happening here today.
At all in New York.
No.
Across the country.
Right.
Now this is, I think, this park area is where they have a lot of Blue Bloods shots right in here.
Well, this is the criminal courthouse here, I think.
This one here. That's the U.S. courthouse, so that's the Southern
I
District.
never know. I go into that one.
That's Southern District, I think, right?
Right.
So
That's
let's,
federal.
we'll go down there and then we'll come back this way. You can say we've given people a tour of iconic downtown New York. Spectrum News.
Yeah, so I mean, I was over here yesterday and I saw a guy wearing an orange bandana around his face, which reminded me of our friends that we saw on January 6th.
Right.
And, I mean, again, the NYPD didn't want to hear about that. They want to stand around and text people until it's quitting time.
Right. Now, how much more time do we have before we go into First Amendment forum?
Yeah, we could do that right now. I'm just trying to contend with this
All right.
jiggly sound problem
It's
here.
a good thing to focus on when we get back in.
Yeah. So, all right. With that, we're going to make our transition over for people who want to continue and join us and people who want to support the show. Please become a sponsor on subscribestar.com/crowdsourcethetruth, patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth, odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth, or crowdsource